Here's your Backstage pass.
Quiet on the set.
Action!
Welcome to Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by Chef Lisa Dahl. This is your inside look into culture, curators, and creative artists. And now, your host, Shondra.
Hi, everybody. Oh, my gosh, you've got your Backstage Pass, and you are in. Get ready for a fun show. You're going to love this. And I just want to tell you that we are always on the air Saturdays, every Saturday at 10 a.m. at KAZM 106.5, and that's FM, and 780 AM. You can also listen to it live streaming on mellowmountainradio.com. Remember, every Saturday at 10 a.m. And if you miss it, you can always catch it later on Spotify, Pandora Radio, and Apple Podcasts, and more. Just Google it. You'll find it. And I just want to tell you, I'm having such a great time. This is our 31st show. Where did the time fly? Here we are on Christmas. And I want to tell you about some events that are going on. It's Thanksgiving Day weekend, and there are some cool things happening. If you want to take a great train ride, make sure you catch the magical Christmas journey on the Verde Canyon Railroad, which is in Clarkdale. And it's going to run November 28th through December 24th. So you have time. But if you're here in town, you're listening to this podcast, check it out. Those of you who live here, if you know the Verde Canyon Railroad, it's fabulous, the greatest views, and this is a Christmas train ride, so it's really fun. So check that out. Of course, you can always Google these events and find out where you can get tickets, but it is the Verde Canyon Railroad in Clarkdale. Also, there's an arts and crafts show going on, and it's happening today and also on tomorrow, November 30th. So the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th, right in front of Tres Amigos Restaurant. And it is the Oak Creek Arts and Crafts Show. And listen, you're going to be looking for holiday gifts. Why not support artists in this area? So check that out in West Sedona, right in front of Tres Amigos Restaurant. The whole weekend, you can check it out. Then there's something really fun happening today from 10 a.m., because you're listening right now, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and that helps the Humane Society of Sedona. And they've got a Black Friday sale that's going on, and it's at Positively Black Friday sale at the Humane Society Sedona thrift shops. And that would be Paws West Thrift and Paws Prince Thrift. Paws Prince is in the village of Oak Creek, and Paws West, of course, is in West Sedona. So when you purchase something there on their Black Friday sale, you're actually helping the Humane Society Sedona, and they do a great job with our animals, so please do that. Now, I want to mention that this calendar events is being sponsored by the wonderful Sedona Ballet. And if you'd like to know more about what they're doing, and a big shout out to the founder and executive director, Winnie Munch, you can check it out at sedonaballet.org. They do a great job with bringing dancers, choreographers, and all kinds of programming here to Sedona. And speaking of dance, we've got one coming up. I'm going to tell you about this early because you've got to get your tickets because they're going fast. And that is a one-night only performance. Actually, I think it's during the day. December 20th is The Nutcracker, and it's at Sedona Performing Arts Center. And this is a little bit different than what you're used to because it's modern dance and it's all different kinds of dances. The music is a little bit different. It's called The Nutcracker, as we would expect it to be classical, but I'm being told this is different. And the two companies that are coming together are Sedona Dance Project, which you can look it up at sedonadanceproject.org, and also the Sedona Dance Academy. And that website is sedonadanceacademy.org. Danielle McNeil Strabala, let me tell you, she's an amazing choreographer. She was just involved in my guest's event, which you'll hear about, which is Amy Waddell, director Amy Waddell. Yes, she just did this wonderful, wonderful event, and people were just coming in gobs. It was called Walk into Beauty, and Danielle McNeil Strabala is a fabulous choreographer, and I have to give a big shout out to her because she was featured. Her dancers were dancing around in all choreography, okay, over November 7th and November 8th was when this event happened. And it was around the sculptures of John Henry Waddell sculptures and in Chillicothe, all around there. Huge event. Amy Waddell and Danielle McNeil-Strabala put that together, and a big shout out to Wendy Lipman, the GM of Chillicothe. It was a beautiful event. So there's some things that are going on. Oh, and I have to mention Sedona International Film Festival. They always have wonderful events, concerts, indie films. This is a great place to go. All of you who are residents of Sedona, if you don't know the Mary Fisher Theater and the Alice Gill Sheldon Theater, you've got to run down there. You can find out about what's happening at the Sedona International Film Festival by visiting sedonafilmfestival.com. All right, now I'm going to introduce my first guest. I absolutely adore this lady. She is such a fireball. I mean, really, last month in October, we talked about her skills in computers. Like, I didn't know any of this. Ryan Thompson, my producer, and I, we're blown away, just blown away by her. Debbie Johnson, owner of Cleaner Quicker Car Wash, is here. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
My gosh, if you did not listen to the last 2 months of Debbie being on this show, you have to go back, go and find them, okay, because incredible. I learned so much about you. And we're going to learn more about you. I'm so thrilled. So where we left off is you were talking about the fact that you coded. I mean, you were one of the very first computer coders, and I'll bet you one of the very first females that did it. And you went to school, and I go listen to the show, you guys, because you just have to. I can't even repeat all the things that we talked about. But I want to pick up on the fact that, yes, you did grow up in New Orleans. You did grow up in Texas. You were Texas born. And as a businesswoman, what did you learn in your childhood that to this very day shapes how you approach people, how you approach your business?
I really believe that at that time, when I was growing up, in that part of the world anyway,
yes,
all women were all mothers to all people.
Yes.
And you had to be. And because of the programming on television, we were constantly exposed to ethics, to right and wrong, to being nice and taking care of each other as human beings. I mean, can you imagine the Lone Ranger ever saying, I will not help them because I don't like them?
Yeah,
no,
right.
It wouldn't happen.
No, it
Donna
would not.
Reed, would Donna Reed had ever not allowed all the kids in the neighborhood to come in and have cookies and milk?
No.
Of course
so
not.
You can, but you can't.
That's right.
No, that never happened.
It would never, ever, ever happen.
Yeah.
And if one of the other people was seeing one of the kids that didn't belong to them doing something wrong, they would correct them, and the actual parents would say, you better listen to him because he's an adult.
Yeah, that's right. No, you are correct. It was different.
That was so critical for the, setting the milestones, the how it's done, teaching people how to be people.
Yes, how to be, come from kindness. I just have to say about that, you're from the South. I'm from the South. We're both from Texas. I learned that you want to think about people first. Now, later in life, I had to learn boundaries. Okay. Although, I will say that just knowing that your fellow man, your fellow woman, that you want to think about them mattered. It did matter. It was something, the Good Samaritan, the ability to help a stranger or help someone, be there for your friends, as you're saying, a mom. Did you learn that from your mom? Who did you really learn that from? Was there a defining moment that happened, Or did you grow up with those kinds of things?
That's just the way it was.
That's the way it was?
All moms.
All moms.
All moms. I mean, in New Orleans, the ladies that were there, they all spoke French. They all spoke French, and they all had kids, and so it was just that way.
Do you speak French?
No, I don't speak French.
No, but
I have trouble with English. Come on, girl.
I'm with you. I love it. Ask Deb Ross. She's always like, "What did you just say?" Deb, speak English. I know what you're talking about. Yes. Okay. Sorry, Deb, I'm just calling you out because you get such a great vocabulary. She's a brainy girl. All right, so now, all right, so let's just go back a little bit. You had this family, and it's a big family, really. It's like 2 older sisters and then 2 younger brothers, and you're in between. You're the youngest, and now you're the eldest at one point. And because the girls had left when they were young, they're 15, and they're like married. They've left the house and they're married. So life is just so different. Were you aware of the status quo of where your family was as versus maybe somebody else's family? Did that exist in your life as a child? I'm just curious.
Well, not until junior high school.
Oh, okay. That's where it happens.
Yeah. Junior high school is where you suddenly realize, oh, they get to take dance lessons. Oh, They get a baton. Woo. Yeah. And they have bobby socks. Oh, very cool.
Yeah, right? It's what you wanted. Yeah, I mean, for me, it was like, I don't know, there was a fad going on. When I was in 3rd grade, I don't even think I've ever told anybody this, there would be these chains. The girls would come up like with a bracelet, and they were like a chain, all right? Silver, mainly, not gold. But they were these big chains. They were linked. And I would always look at this guy. I want one of those, and it's just, I don't know what that was about, but that kind of stuff. Yes. I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. The new thing.
Right.
And then high school's even worse.
Oh, yes, definitely.
The girl that gets all the new shoes and the new clothing, and there's always a group of those girls.
At that point, I was that girl.
Oh, okay.
But I was not one of the girls. I was never one of the girls.
So you were not in that clique.
No,
right?
I was never one of. No, I was not. But my mother and my grandmother chose to live vicariously through me in the 60s.
Oh, okay.
And so, the mini skirts, the boots, the outrageous clothes, the little hats that matched the little clothes, that matched the little shoes.
Yes.
I had them.
And you were in high school at this point?
Yeah, I was in high school.
Oh, so you were the girl that everybody was like, oh, look at that. That's cute.
No, they were like, what is she wearing?
Okay. All right. That's interesting. Well, I have to say my mother, and because I was I was going to school in the 60s, late 60s, right? I'm trying to think. And now I'm like 14. It's 1971. And hot pants were in. Do you remember hot pants?
Of course I do.
My mother was wearing hot pants.
Of
and
course.
she looked darn good in them. Of course, she was like in her 30s, Of course she was wearing hot pants. People forget, right? It's like, your mother wore hot pants? Yes, because she was like really into fashion. And
absolutely.
She was in her 30s. She was like 33 or whatever it was. And so the thing about it is, it's like, it was not embarrassing, but no moms were not any of the kids in my school were showing up with hot pants and tall boots. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it was kind of for you. It was like,
I think it was very cool for you.
Kinda, but not really. Kind of.
Yeah.
But so your mom and your aunts were living vicariously through you with the fashion.
Yeah.
So here you go. And so then,
all the cousins my age were boys.
So that's right.
I got to
They wanted to dress you up like a Barbie doll.
Yeah, they did. I was the Barbie doll.
Yeah, I believe it. No, I know.
It was great fun for me.
You still are living. You still look to me like the Barbie just came out of the T-Bird. Got it right this time. I was calling it a Corvette a couple of months ago. Lovely. Anyway, I don't know. Don't ask me about performing. I don't know about cars. Sorry. So now, how has that influenced you as far as the ethic part of what you grew up with? So we know that all the ladies were like moms, and that means caring and loving and wanting to be there for you, right?
Right.
Southern women are kind of a breed of their own, aren't they?
I think every region has a breed of their own, and there's certain things that are the same and a lot of things that are not the same.
Right.
Like, as you pointed out, if you hear a Southern lady say, I think this was a couple of times ago.
Yes.
You said if they say, bless her heart, you better watch out.
Yes, that's right. Because if you hear a Southern woman go, well, now, bless her heart. Oh, we know what's coming. It's going to be something. There's a second part to this. It sounds really lovely. Like, well, bless her heart. And then comes, she shouldn't be wearing those jeans. Bless her heart. Well, she was out awful late last night because it's just like, oh, something's coming.
Yes.
Right.
And they may not have said it in the same way in Minnesota.
No, it's true.
But,
well, they didn't say it with an accent like that.
Well, certainly not.
Because it made it fun in a way. Because you were like, oh, here it comes. Not that gossip is fun, but I have to say, a Southern woman can be, and I don't know what it's like now. I mean, but then again, I don't know. Maybe I'll visit Texas. I still have a couple of cousins, and actually I have quite a bit of family in the southern part of Texas, and might visit them, and I might just hear that. God bless her heart. But
you'll probably hear it.
Yeah, that's right. So I grew up with the ethics of helping, being a person that is going to be there for people. Was it like that for you?
Sure, that's exactly what it was like.
I'm wondering, do you think it's the time that we lived in, or do you think it was really a Southern kind of hospitality thing?
I think it was both. Absolutely both. I've met a lot of people my age who grew up in, say, New York City, Manhattan. They were not like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny. I went to school in New York, and everybody wanted to feed me. I don't know what that was about. I'd walk into a restaurant, and maybe I just looked like I was hungry, but I'd have people like, oh, darling, you got to sit down and have something to eat. Seriously, it was weird, okay? I know people want to feed me. It's good. It's a good thing. Anyway, I still think people want to feed me. Thank you, Gerardo. Okay. So anyway, hospitality, though. But integrity. The integral thing at the time that we were growing up, the time that you grew up, we're a little bit off on our years, but not too much. Not too much. So,
well, you're talking about being in high school in 71 and your mom wearing hot pants and tall boots.
Junior high. Yeah,
junior high.
Mm-hmm.
In 71, I had 3 kids.
Oh, well, we are a little bit different in age. Yes. Different in generation, different in time that when you're raising your kids. Okay. So how did that affect you with your business? How did your upbringing, is there anything that you were told specifically? Like sometimes you have those one-liners. You know what I mean? Like my dad used to say, when you look in the mirror, you better like who you see because you're going to be living with them for the rest of your life. And I thought, and I still think about that, and I remember when he told me, and I've never, ever forgotten that, meaning you better like that person, right? What was it that was said to you that you remember?
I don't remember anything specifically being said. I just remember the way of life.
A way of life.
The way of life was that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Hard work.
Self-reliant. When you leave home, you're gone.
Was that said to you?
Oh, yes. You made your bed, you lie in it.
Ah, see, there it is. There's a saying.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And so we all did.
Yes. When did you leave home?
I was 17.
Okay, still really young.
Yeah.
Although, with what you were doing, you were really pretty grown up. I mean, the fact that you were able to take care of yourself and you were taught to do that. You were self-reliant, as you said. So you were ready, right? But you didn't marry right away, did you?
Oh, I was married immediately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At 17, I was already the old maid of the family.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, I was
17.
Married. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. And your first child was when you were?
Just turned 18.
My goodness. Okay, see, I'm learning more.
Yep.
Yeah, we're all learning more together. This is the owner of Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash. I mean, if you have to hear the September and October interviews, go back and find them on the archives. You can go to mellowmountainradio.com and find them. Spotify's got all the archives. And you're an amazing woman. I mean, really. And in the time when women were doing like computer science, things that you were doing, the coding and being leaned on to do programming for people and going to school for General Electric. And you talk about other people being wonderful and intelligent and brainy, but you're one of those individuals.
No, but I'm a good fake.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a moment. So tell me something. In business today, how did your childhood affect what you do right now? Because you're a huge community individual. You do a lot for the community, and you do a lot at the car wash.
One of the things that I've carried through all of my career is that anyone who works with me or under me or I'm on the team with
Yes.
deserve all the respect that I can give them, and they should also be given any knowledge I have should be shared with them and taught to them. And I expect reciprocation.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
And I find that a lot of people do not do that.
Okay.
They don't share, they don't teach. They will say, go do such and such, but they never stop to think, these people don't know how to do such and such.
That's right.
You need to help them learn, because maybe they weren't blessed with the opportunity to go to GE school. Maybe they weren't blessed with the opportunity to have to stand on their own 2 feet when they were very young.
You know, this reminds me of Lisa Dahl, who's also a sponsor in the show. And Lisa in the kitchen, and I know you're good friends with her. You both do a lot of mentorship with your businesses. You teach, you show them, you share. And she does it with her, with the kids, and they're literally, I mean, some of them are like kids to me, I think. They're early 20s. They're coming in and learning what it's about to be in the kitchen and stuff. And I know you're doing the same thing with your own business. What is it that stands out to you from your childhood, though, that really has made you the person that you are? What would you say? What stands out the most that's really been the foundation for the way you move in your life, the way you work with your life?
I can do anything.
Okay.
I mean, that's it. I can do anything.
Is that because your mother was like that?
My mother was like that.
Yeah.
Very much so.
So she grew up being that person, and you saw that.
Yes.
I did too.
She was strong.
Yeah, my mother was like that too. She would always say to me, you can do anything. And she proved it by doing, under diverse situations, really, I shouldn't say diverse. It's not the right word. Under intense situations, being a single mother, and you were a single mother. And it was all on her, and it's all on you, or was on you. And I think that's just great.
But I also was blessed with 2 incredibly wonderful husbands after that.
Yes.
And so, God has been so good to me, has
Yes.
given me so many blessings. Everyone that works at the car wash, they're like family. They are blessings. And their children are blessings. And the people that I know here, the people I know in Colorado, the people I know in Texas, I've traveled all over the world. People are truly blessings if you just stop for a minute and say, thank you for letting me know this person.
Yes,
And
so true.
And it's just a wonderful thing. I just love it.
I know. You're a joyful person. You're filled with joy. I love that. So you brought up you've traveled all over the world. Where was it that you wanted to go as a kid that actually has happened? Like it was a big dream, and you made it happen. Somehow, some way. Can you think of it?
College.
So you really were you the first to go to college in your family?
I was the first to graduate high school in my family.
Oh, my gosh. Bravo. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a big deal. Wow. So your mom did not graduate high school?
No.
Your dad either?
No.
Your dad, he was quite a gentleman, wasn't he? He was self-taught.
He was self-taught. He was. He and his brother were from Galveston.
Okay.
They were, back in the day, the gangsters would go to Galveston for their vacations and holidays.
Oh.
And my dad and his brother owned nightclubs.
Oh, my gosh.
And honky-tonks.
Oh, my gosh.
And, yeah.
Wow.
And they were dancers and boxers, and they did all kinds of crazy things. And they were good-looking men. And
I'll bet the ladies loved them.
a little too much.
a little too much. Yes, there is a limit. That's of course.
Yeah, but he was definitely self-taught, became a mechanical engineer, all self-taught, started out as a tool pusher in the oil fields and worked his way right up.
And he was
just
gone
learning.
a lot, right?
He was gone a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a good relationship with him? Was he an influence on you with your work ethic or how you felt about
Oh, yeah.
life?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, you would never not do the very best that you could possibly ever do.
Okay.
Ever.
So when he was around you, and I'm sure you were living with him, I'm sure, at times in your life because he was gone a lot, he did really instill that in you? It was like something that he talked about?
It wasn't something he talked about. It's something that's how he was. And my mother was the same.
So what was he like to be around?
Well, if he wasn't drinking, he was the greatest guy in the world.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Because that's difficult to deal with. But he had a good work ethic.
He could tell the best stories and make you smile and laugh. He was a great storyteller. But most men from that part of the country at that time were good storytellers.
Yes. Were they tall stories or were they for real?
Well, all stories are tall stories, honey.
At least they are in the South. That's right. But not on this show. Okay, well, not on this show.
You got to make them interesting or nobody's going to listen.
That's true. That's true. And can you believe it? We have run out of time.
I'm so happy.
It goes by so fast. Oh, are you happy? Wow. Okay. Well, I'm so happy that you're here and you're going to come back in December now. I'm just like so thrilled. We're here in the holidays. Everybody make sure you go back to the archives and check out these interviews of Debbie Johnson, owner of Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash. Debbie, thank you for being with me again.
You're welcome.
We'll see you next month. Guys, stick around with me. We've got lots more.
You can taste it in every bite. For over 30 years, Chef Lisa Dahl has redefined what it means to dine in Sedona, serving soulful, handcrafted cuisine inspired by love, artistry, and community. From the wood-fired kitchens of Mariposa to the couture flair of Butterfly Burger, every experience is elevated, every ingredient intentional. To learn more about Lisa Dahl and the Dahl restaurants, please visit cheflisadahl.com.
Need a clean car fast? Come to Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash. We'll have you sparkling and back on the road in minutes. Whether you're after a quick shine or a deep clean, you'll get top quality service, eco-friendly soaps, and smiles all around. Drive up, shine up, and feel good, all without slowing down your day, and look like a star in your car. Located in West Sedona on Highway 89A. For more information, visit cleanerquickercarwash.com.
Here's more of Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by the Dahl Group.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited to introduce you to somebody. You probably know her if you live here in Sedona. Like, who doesn't know Amy Waddell? Oh my gosh, Amy Waddell. She is a director. She's a filmmaker. She's done lots of documentaries. She's done feature films. She's the director of High School Detention, the musical, aka Weird Detention. Thank you, Amy Waddell, for being here with me in studio.
I am so happy to be here with you, Shondra. We've just had an adventure over this summer shooting this short film.
Yes, we did.
And I was very interested to hear that you just used the new title. I didn't know if that had been made public yet.
I have made it public.
All right.
I told Dev the other day, I was like, you know what? I'm going to post. I'm going to say it. And I did on Facebook. And I asked her, is this cool? Yes. Everybody loves it. And you're the one who came up with it. You said it. Just a little thing divulged to you. Amy came over with the first edit. We watched it together in my studio. I did cry because Amy is incredible as a director and her editor's fabulous. And the two of them, even the first edit, I tried not to cry. You know how that is?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I do.
And then you said, how about this title? And I flipped. I went, it's perfect.
Yeah, it wasn't, the other title wasn't terrible, but it wasn't really catching us fully. You know, we were like, could there be something else? And Dev felt like it had always been sort of a temp title.
Right.
So that was just a new idea. There could have been probably other titles, but we seemed to just land on that one.
It was great. Now, you said it and it made sense and everybody knows what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I mentioned it, they go, oh my gosh, great, great, great. So I want to talk about you. I want to know a little bit about you. I know that you were a graduate from USC Film School and the American Film Institute with what is director, it's DWW program. Tell me what that is.
Sure. So first I went to USC Film School and my emphasis was screenwriting, and we did have to direct as well. But I did have an emphasis on screenwriting, and we were one of the guinea pig first classes of screenwriters going through the production program. And there were 8 of us.
Wow,
and
just 8?
There were only 8 of us, yeah.
Oh, it's incredible.
And it was a fantastic program, we had Stuart Stern, who had written Rebel Without a Cause and Summer Wishes, Winter Dreams with Joanne Woodward and Paul Newman. Thank you very much. That's not one to forget. And also we had Bill Kelly, who had written Witness. He had co-written Witness.
Wow.
So, our teachers were very knowledgeable, and they were characters. Each one was a character. A friend of mine, Elena, who was in the program with me, my best friend, we would go to a place on Fairfax Boulevard with Bill Kelly, and he had his own table there. It was an Irish pub, and just get obliterated. Neither of us could keep up with this Irish drinker.
Love it.
But he had such stories, and at some point we went to Yosemite to stay with Bill Kelly and his wife, Nina. And right before we left, we had a wonderful time, but right before we left, he's like, I would like to give you girls a knife, each of you a knife. And we're like, Bill, we are small, and somebody's going to turn that on us, and thank you, but no.
Why?
So
why
just
would he do
self-defense, guns, knives. He was very Hemingway-esque.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
that says it all.
He was a wonderful teacher and an even better character. So
how fun is that? No, I love it. When you get to go to a school where there are people that, I went to Juilliard, right? So we had those kinds of people. Marion Seldes, she was like teaching Greek theater. It was so dramatic. And Edith Skinner, who is like the mother grande dame of phonetics. Oh, and I can't repeat that story, but I have some good ones about Edith. She's no longer living, but oh, wow. She was a bit foul-mouthed.
Those
Wonderful
are the best.
teacher.
Those are the best.
Aren't they?
Absolutely.
I know. I loved her. She was fantastic. So this is great. So you have really great roots and foundation. When did you know that it was going to be film, even with the writing, with screenwriting? I did 1 year at Arizona State University, and I was in the broadcast program because there was really nothing else that was close to writing and directing film. Okay.
And I had a sense that I liked it because one of my father's models, Marlo Bendow, after she modeled for my dad, she got a job as a host on a show in Minneapolis called PM Magazine.
Oh, yes.
And she invited me out for a summer, and I got to hop in the van and go to all the shoots and be with the crew and watch her write. And also, she had an amazingly large, let me get to the punchline here, budget for clothing. Ooh. And so I remember going shopping with her, and she got this really long circle skirt made out of un-PC leather, but it was so soft and beautiful, and it was probably like $800 or something. All of that sold me. That is not the life that I have led, but Marlo really probably is the one who led me into film. I had always danced and written and, done things in the arts because I was raised in a studio. But this idea of envisioning a story, writing it, and then being able to shoot it with actors and then work with musicians and pretty much everybody, it was just a big collaboration, was really appealing to me. So I applied to USC Film School, got in, and the rest is not very well-known history, basically.
No, I'm going to tell you, everybody who's listening, I'm going to tell you, Amy is a phenomenal director. She, watching you in action with the actors, and now seeing that film, because I've seen it, I know I've seen it at least 6 times. I watched it again last night, because I hadn't seen the final edit. I think the last time I saw it, I was writing music for it, and that was about 2.5 weeks ago, and I saw it with fresh eyes, and it made me cry. And that edit is beautiful, and it's now been submitted to the Sedona International Film Festival. We should know in about 3 weeks. 3 or 4 weeks. So exciting.
Very exciting.
And the thing about it is watching you and then watching you with the actors. Because, we don't know what you're saying. You go over to the actors. I've been an actor, so I know what that feels like. But watching, especially when you're one of the writers, I'm the composer, right? So I'm watching now the script, which Dev wrote. You're directing them. And then to go and watch them on the screen, it's brilliant. I have to tell you, whatever you said to them, however you got them there, and they're excellent actors anyway, but with your skill as a director, and I think it's important, don't you, that a director knows a little bit about acting and.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's about very minimal direction. You wouldn't have cast somebody; they wouldn't be in front of you on the day that you're shooting if they didn't have a lot of talent if you didn't already have faith in them and see them as the character. So usually it's just a little nudge. You know, they may just have a different interpretation, and it may be a wonderful interpretation. But if you feel like it's not quite serving the bigger picture of this story, then you just give them a little verbal nudge. Sometimes it has to be physical. You have to just punch them. No, I'm kidding. No, never. No.
She's just kidding.
Oh my God, I'm so kidding. But this film in particular was very interesting. Dev and Shondra wrote musically and narratively a very complex script because it dives into abuse and into great sorrow and pain and neglect and these subjects that are not fun, and somehow it's a musical, and the idea that you would have to tie together these songs that can be funny, like Jace is very funny in the song I'm Smart and very full of ego, and he just nails it, you know.
He was so great. I'm so thrilled he did it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And each character has times of, you know, being very funny, but we're in these also very dark subjects. And it's also both a musical and not a musical. And it's also fantasy and based in reality. So kind of keeping all these threads going and helping the actors know which space we were working in at that moment. I'd say that was kind of the job on this one, is guiding the overall vision that Deb and Shondra handed over to me on the first day of directing. What I did notice with you both was how dedicated and how hard you worked just getting us to that first day.
Oh my God.
Years.
Well, 6.5 years.
Right.
Now.
So it was the writing. It was but for both of you,
yes.
It was the collaboration. It was the rewriting. It was having the faith to do it. And then it was all the fundraising. And I came on, I don't know, I think Deb first told me about it maybe 2 years before.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I think it was probably 2023 sometime you heard about it.
Yeah, and she was like, do you want to direct this? Maybe you should direct this. You know, I was like, sure. But it was way off in the future, right?
It felt like that, yes.
And then watching you through the fundraisers, how dedicated you were, how hard you worked with those kids, with the singing, and
thank you.
And Deb also with the acting. I mean, you did a lot of footwork and groundwork before I ever came onto the scene.
Well, you know, a lot of people don't know that producers actually do something. I remember my father was an extra in a couple of films, and he was talking about Anson Williams, and he's a producer, and all he did was sit around. But people don't know. I mean, nothing against my dad, because a lot of people go, I didn't know that producers do it. Essentially, producers put the whole thing together. And in this case, we are also talent, composer, Deb's the screenwriter. So, you know, we're also wearing a few hats there. But having you as a director and watching you do not micromanage. I love that. I agree. As an actor, I agree. I think you have to trust your actors, and you do that, and you do it beautifully, and you get whatever you said to them. Their faces, your choice of... See, like, we don't know that. I'm watching on a monitor, but I don't know what you're choosing with the editor. And so it was always a surprise to see what was next, and we would make notes. You'd come back with a second edit. I think there were 5 edits. And beautiful work, Amy.
I have
really.
To say that you did the same for me, because being so much enmeshed with your project, with your film, you and Dev, to on the very first day of shooting actually just really I didn't think you could do. I was wondering. I was over in France, and I was wondering, you know, when I get back, are they actually going to be able to step back?
Yes.
We had conversations about this. I'm like, are you guys, I mean, there can be only one director on the set, or it's going to be very difficult for the actors and for everybody. And you two just really gave it over.
We trust
really
you.
Trusted. Well,
yes.
But, you know, you didn't know for sure. I could have blown the whole thing up, you know.
So
and
it's the same, right, with actors. And the thing is that we knew that you had the vision for this. Now, you have a young son. You have a stepson, Paul, and then you've got Sasha, who is actually, he's in the movie. Brilliant choice to put him there. Beautiful boy and very talented. The thing is, you have a pulse because you're a mom. And we all know what's going on in schools today. And this movie is to teach nonviolent communication. And we're doing it in a fun way, but it is a serious movie. You're right. And I don't know, you just did a phenomenal job. But we knew from the beginning you had the vision with us. So it was easy to let it go. And both Dev and I are directors. Music director for me, play director. She's done all of that in the past. And so we understand staying in your lane.
Yes.
And we trusted you.
Thank you. And then I have to really shout out to my editor, Daniel, who I've worked with on, my first feature. I called in Dan. Probably my first short. I called in, not my first,
How
but
did
my
you
first
meet
out
him?
of. We went to film school together.
Oh, okay.
And
Makes sense.
he is a very talented writer.
Oh, is he?
And director.
Oh.
And editor. He hasn't gotten to do. I'm waiting for him to get to do his first film, but. He, for instance, wrote this beautiful film called The Gaza Golem that needs to get made, and it's a story of hate and the dangers of hate, but just beautifully told. And it won the Nichols Fellowship, which is the top honor. It's from the Directors Guild that you can get as a writer.
Wow!
And so he is just very, very talented in his own right, and we've been collaborating on various things lately, including this film, and I always love working with Dan. He's, it's a very special artist.
Well, you won an award for Best Short at the Chicago International Film Festival, didn't you? Mm-hmm, that was The Mask Maker?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one won something like 22 or 6 or something awards. That one did well with the festival circuit. Really
good. And you did a feature. Tell us about that a little bit. That one was Brothel.
Yeah, that was Brothel. It was called The House of Joy and originally. And then I switched it to Brothel, and it was very funny because I had a distributor at the Cannes Film Festival, and about 3 years after I started going to that festival when I was living in France, one of the buyers came up to me and said, "I just watched your film, and I really loved it, and I never watched it because of the title." And the title made him think that it was sort of like, soft something or other. And it wasn't. I had just changed it to this racy title, and it was not representative. It was about a woman whose husband takes his life, and rather than deal with it, she runs to an abandoned ghost town, Jerome, Arizona.
Wow.
And she gets to know the ghosts of this abandoned place that used to be a brothel, and they all lead her back to her own life, basically.
Okay, I have to see this.
Yeah.
This sounds so good. I love it. And it was distributed. Through Vanguard Cinemas. I mean, that's a big feat. Congratulations.
Thank you. That
really.
was a while
that's
back.
so good.
Need to do the next one.
So good. And you do come from roots from art, which is interesting. Your mom was a painter, and a lot of you out there who are listening from Sedona know Ruth Waddell. And then your dad, John Henry Waddell, was a sculptor. Mm-hmm. And you just did a huge event that features, 27? How many of there?
There are 16 exterior life-size and over life-size sculptures throughout the campus of Tlaquepaque. Okay. I say campus, I could say village, but throughout Tlaquepaque.
Yeah, and Tlaquepaque, for those of you who are going to visit, make sure you go there. It's fantastic. Tlaquepaque Arts and Crafts Village, I believe is what it is. Galleries, restaurants, and these beautiful sculptures. And wow. And I saw some of the videos because, we were opening Dead Quilter Society.
That's right, yeah.
November 7th, 8th, and 9th, and yours was on 7th and 8th of November. Mm-hmm. So it just happened. How did it go? Because I saw some videos of the dancers, live dancers, music. They're dancing through the sculptures. Mm-hmm. It was beautiful what I saw.
Yeah, it was a wonderful event. It went very well. We were really happy with the way it turned out, and I think, there's something about dance with sculpture that I'm realizing, even though I've been around it my whole life. All through my life, there would be dancers dancing with my dad's sculptures. So if we would put the Birmingham group down at the Unitarian Church in Phoenix, or dance at the Herberger Theater, originally at Symphony Hall in Phoenix, or wherever we would put sculpture, usually there would be dancers that would be there at the dedication. And then that would continue. Dancers would be drawn to these sculptures and to moving around these sculptures and to doing performances. And my father's models were very often dancers as well. And at a certain point in my parents' lives, they started dancing in their 80s and 90s to stay kind of fluid. And they had Jennifer Schofler-Verchek was one of their friends, models. They did a dance with her company, Human Nature, their company was a group of dancers down at Arcosanti, and for their 50th anniversary, they asked a friend, Elisa Miles, who I actually just saw yesterday, to choreograph a dance for them. And there are these beautiful photographs that ended up, I believe it was the Utney Reader, of them black and white dancing by the creek. They're in their 80s. And it's these beautiful images with a veil and, so dance has always been a big part of the work, of their life. And so this event at Tlaquepaque made me realize, as a legacy keeper, I do not like that term. I'm trying to come up with a better one. But as a legacy keeper, that bringing movement to sculpture is very effective. It helps people look at the figurative work. It helps them not be afraid to move around it, even to touch it. And they also, Tlaquepaque, Wendy Lippman and Mike and Renee Taylor of the Renee Taylor Galleries, who represent the work. All of the work is for sale. You just have to
it's for sale. I didn't know that.
It all is. And we now have signage to say so. But we have watched over and over people dropping their shopping bags as they walk out of one of these great shops at Tlaquepaque and running over to take a pose of one of these sculptures.
Yeah, they're beautiful. So, they really are.
And it's not, I see lots of sculpture around the world here in Sedona, and you don't usually see people hitting the pose like that, striking the pose, as Madonna would say. We don't see people doing that much. But John's work, my father's work, had so much movement in it that it just inspires people to move.
Yeah, so if you're visiting, or even if you're residents here, go over to Tlaquepaque, go near the Renee Taylor Gallery, and you'll see these. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. You have some inside, don't you? Or, yeah,
in the VU Gallery, which is at the very back of Tlaquepaque, behind El Rincon, are the smaller pieces. But they start across the street at the Pump House, which is a wonderful place to have breakfast. So you can start your Walk into Beauty Waddell Sculpture Walk with a breakfast at the Pump House. Yes. And then from there are I think there are 3 larger pieces there. And then you go under the underpass to I always want to say underpants every time.
Not underpants.
Under the underpass. And with figurative work, you just don't want to get that confused.
That's very funny.
And then you find the rest of them, and you end up at the Renee Taylor Gallery.
Right. So make sure you check that out. Also, I want to mention your website, AmyWaddellDirector.com. Waddell is with 2 D's and 2 L's. So it is Amy, WADDELL, Director.com. And also, IMBD. You've got all of your profiles there, and you can read about Amy Waddell on that. And just Google her. AI knows a lot about Amy. I just want to say we're running out of time. It's gone by so fast. You want to leave us with something? What do I'm hoping that in February we're all going to be together for High School Detention.
High School Detention, the musical. Just very briefly. A couple things that I want to thank you, because I'm very much, you lit a fire with this short film. I got back out on the set. I had a broken foot at the time, but I did get back out on the set and had so much fun directing. And I have been wanting to jump into a new feature. And so this has really, really motivated me to make that crazy goal happen. And the other thing that I just want to say at the very tail end here is a big thank you to Wendy Lippman also for the Walk into Beauty event at Tlaquepaque, and to Mike and Renee Taylor, because it was Wendy, whose father was a collector, and most of us didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Right.
Who really saw the beauty in these sculptures and invited us to bring them where so many people can see them. And that is a real coup at a time when you're trying to raise the awareness of a sculptor or anything like that. It's almost an impossible job, and she just gave me this beautiful golden key. So
wonderful. Yes, thank you, Wendy Lippman. And also Dev Ross. Thank you, Dev, because Dev brought you to the table, and I was like, oh yeah, this is wonderful. So,
absolutely.
Thank you, Amy, for being here.
Thank you.
Remember, everyone, AmyWaddellDirector.com, and stay with us. Amy, you'll come back sometime soon.
Absolutely.
Okay. Stay with me, everybody. I'll be right back.
You've explored the trails, stood in awe of the red rocks, Now, discover how Sedona became Sedona. The Sedona Heritage Museum tells the story of Red Rock country, from ancient cultures to today's vibrant community. It's interactive, family-friendly, and open year-round, indoors and out. Sedona Heritage Museum, preserving and sharing the soul of Red Rock country. Plan your visit at sedonamuseum.org or call 928-282-7038.
Take a deep breath, then let it go. At Sedona's New Day Spa, your escape begins the moment you arrive. Enjoy luxurious massages, rejuvenating facials, and native-inspired body treatments. Every moment is designed to restore balance and renew your spirit. Voted Sedona's Best Day Spa, this is more than self-care. It's your sanctuary. Book your experience today at SedonaNewDaySpa.com or call 928-282-7502.
When your project demands precision, experience, and trust, turn to Sefton Engineering Consultants. From expert civil engineering to construction management, we deliver real-world solutions that stand the test of time. With over 30 years in the business, Luke Sefton's team is committed to getting your project done right, on time, and on budget. Sefton Engineering Consultants. Reliable, experienced, personal. Learn more at SeftonEngineeringConsultants.com.
Here's more of Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by the Dahl Group.
Oh my gosh, I just love my guests. I'm so fortunate to have great guests like Debbie Johnson, Amy Waddell. Fantastic. Do you hear that? You know what that means. If you've been listening, you know this is time for my shameless Shondra spot. So I want to tell you about something I'm doing on December 5th, and also another couple of days after that, the same holiday artist market will be happening at the Sedona Art Center. So on December 5th, I will be there, and I hope you come and say hi from 4 to 6 p.m., Sedona Art Center. And like I said, this is the season where the Sedona Art Center has their holiday artist market. And this is an annual event, and it features approximately like 25 artists and incredible art from Sedona and all around Arizona, handmade gifts and fine art. It's so much fun, and I'm there playing music and emceeing, and this is something you want to take in. This is so much fun. They also have their ceramics room open. You can take the whole tour there. Of course, they have a wonderful gallery of all kinds of fabulous things on sale, including the ceramics room. They have things there that artists have made, but this one is actually a full-blown out holiday artist market. I will be there playing holiday tunes. Come say hi, dance with me, have a great time. Again, that's 4 to 6 p.m., December 5th. We call it the first Friday. That's when all the galleries are open, and we're having it there at Sedona Art Center. Plus, again, you can go again on the 6th and 7th, or if you can't make it on the 5th, you can always make it on the 6th and 7th of December. So remember, come say hi to me. I'll see you then, Sedona Art Center, Holiday Artist Market. I am just so happy that this is my 31st podcast show. Oh my gosh. I have to thank a few people. First of all, I want to thank my wonderful producer and engineer. He always makes this show sound so good. Ryan Thompson, he does a great job, really. And also the owner of KAZM Mellow Mountain Radio, and that's Chuck Helstein. He, too, has done a fabulous job here. And we just thank both of you guys. You know, it's Thanksgiving, and I want to thank you two very, very much for the opportunity to have this show and be able to talk to so many wonderful friends and new people that I have not known until now, and certainly didn't know their backstory, that's for sure. And I want to thank my sponsors, Sedona Heritage Museum, Sefton Engineering, Cleaner Quicker Car Wash, Sedona New Day Spa, Sedona Ballet, and my presenting sponsor, Chef Lisa Dahl and the Dahl Group. Oh my gosh, thank you so very, very much, all of you. And thank you, all of you listeners. Thank you for tuning in on Saturdays at 10 a.m. That's every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on MellowMountainRadio.com. You'll hear us streaming or check it out on Spotify, Pandora Radio, and Amazon and Apple Podcasts. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you next Saturday, 10 a.m.